and a lot of complaints all over the place. The reason wetin happen because of the injuries. So I go on for me to look at first the physical health and safety about players. I go start with you. Fila, like, what do you think about player? Like, is this team, is the FA or the old body, the SLFA, then really concerned about players' their physical health and safety? Because the game is very emotional. Football like very emotional game, and sometimes these players that they go with emotion. That is why laws then they and other things then they for make sure say the players them safe. So I go on know like you take on that.
Yeah, good afternoon again to listeners of this amazing sporting program, and good afternoon to you, Nene. Now let me respond to the very important issue, the welfare of players. You know, it's rather unfortunate that we're having as well this conversation ongoing, because this is something we've been speaking about for a very long time now. I don't go to various social media houses, and we've looked at this, we've talked about it, but it seems as if we're in a country where not really respect life, not really value other people when they are not in their peak. Yeah, I'm very much serious saying this because I fully understand whatever I'm saying. Here is Truth FM, and I think it's important that people know the exact things where they happen with relation to not only footballers but athletes as well. Myself, I played the game before making it to college or whatever, and so I understand. I know the nitty-gritty of football and how, you know, careless, you know, either sports or owners or people who are into football sometimes can be. You know, the unfortunate thing that I get brother Mania will testify to that. Most times I can never get a scenario, not even with Europe, but with other neighboring countries like Liberia, Guinea, Ghana, maybe Nigeria or so. You know, the welfare of players is something very key. But what we would observe over the years now the fact that most times when these individuals are strong, healthy, now that tending no more, we get concerned for them. Now that tending we can make like we say we like them. Now that tending we can make like we say we care for them. But that is not the situation in Sierra Leone. Now the sooner you get a player to play for you, well, maybe that's not because of the passion that the body gets. You know, somebody go get incorporate the player right back. If then they get injury, then we say okay, let me use that Rambo. And if it happens to something, the other person they can use, you know, get a good one at that time, then you then will just, you know, put you to the corner just like that. So if you talk about mental health issue, the things then Boku, where I can just put them step by step.
Yeah,
one, in the area of welfare, there's a time in this country, Nene and colleagues in the studio, where people who play Premier League, I'll challenge you to this, that they not get football boots for play Premier League games. And then get teams that they play under. When the league they begin, some pass and get focused on their families, them, brother, sister, where they get that money for them, go buy boots, for go play for their respective clubs here. So the over them just do like out of passion. And one coming up, I don't know if you be see that person, somebody when I be, if I don't give Sierra Leone that name they know in terms of athletics business in this country, they call her Benny's, we name Benny's. It is Benny Kinder and then Benny Kick. That kayak and whatever. If you get it for train, if they left from stadium, they go to my 91, Masheka. Wow. Yes, because I be a marathon runner. That one is somebody, all man at this country, they look up to say, oh, this, it go challenge the Ethiopians them, it go challenge, the way, you know, they make mark in terms of, in terms of a marathon run business. Now the same issue happened. That man is sick. He never got any care from the Athletics Association or whatnot. Nasuba could lost that individually. He died. Wow. And sadly, Nene, from when we lost Damandi, this particular person I talk about, so we've not been able to replace him. We don't get anybody again. We get that energy, they will get that pace day. With Damandi, they used to. Not to say they do once per week. They do almost like 3 or 4 times per week. Now, being normal, we for train. And then they get an health issue, boom, it's over. And all that, so, the names are too plenty. We get quite recently. I don't highlight the names here first, for let me get the topic clear before going to them. Exactly. We get Masinga as well. We now be very unique defender he played for Central Park, he played for a couple of other clubs, and he was also part of the national team. When that man is sick, Nene, if they show you say, na Masinga this, you would never believe. And now so himself left that hospital say he perish, he died. So this thing, it's how they say, some of these people who are responsible for taking care of them, players or athletes there, it seems as if they get joy from seeing these young guys going down the drain, because that's how they feel. Because if these people were your brothers, your sisters, you know, you picking or whatnot, you know, wherever one for treat them, that kind of really. And so the welfare of a player is very important, man. Even in Europe, most times when players can get issue, I just this are mine of also. Maybe something was in family. Maybe you see the club, they release them player and they say, okay, now England we do, but go to Brazil back, go solve this issue with your family. After 3 or 4 days, you can come back. That I will show you how people what they expect from people to sport business in this country. We will go into details more,
yeah,
but I just
exactly.
give brother man as well.
You know, after that, we get also you know. Additional Yompa, but we can't go into details and see who is responsible actually. Today we try for give all people they're responsible for certain decisions and certain things the way they happen at the sport, because these players them then can be we relative, then are we entertainers and they part of we joy and a lot of other things then, because the sport football now one of the major sport in Salon and they part of a national development back, so then the responsibility then safety and other things them now we all responsibility. So Adeshilon, you know, the whole topic, what do you think?
For me, first, I find it devastating, frustrating when we get that kind situation there where they are the loss in life. For me, one thing what they talk about is structures. Do we have structure for this? And two, we begin look for the laws. Because again, you as a player, you get a responsibility. And you see self even in England, some players them. You get some kind of challenge where you make with that kind of player them. You find out Manchester United and Everton. You see players within at the same team Everton, because we then get that kind of confrontation self, then get a red card for you go out. And I come back to the structures. Do we have the structured implementation? Because if we need for be truthful to yourself, you get for ask, say, the Sierra Leone football will get structure for these things, then what would they say? For instance, Sierra Leone we very poor. So check the club them, we get them kind of structures, we get the kind of medical doctor, the requirements, we will say, if the Sierra Leone Football Association get these structures laid down. You understand? For instance, we say Bo Rangers, the doctors them whether is it then qualified. You understand? We talk about welfare. Is it that they get the money? How the players them waiting at them salary? Check one player say in salary low say 1,500,000. You check in transport and you get family waiting that they do. You understand? And you check every the 18 teams where they partake now the Premier League. You understand? And you go the not forget so we get other, we get Division 1, we get Division 2. You understand? That everybody just like how Philabi they say. You get the same way people and get game now the 10 and go get for the Division 1, you go see now the team that they get for go play. Division 2 similar, we go get the similar story. We come to the Premier League now continuation for that. For me, I think it's hard time for Lady SLFA stand firm for see how best we can get the structures and teams them way ready and committed. I'll tell you, football na money.
Absolutely.
Football not to play. You understand? So if you see Bo Rangers, if they show you say this now one player, this is salary where they pay for months. You compare to other teams. Is it then get structure? Now, then we don't say every Premier League clubs forget secretariat. You ask yourself how many of these teams get a secretariat. You understand? How many clubs get a social media handler and you get a professional media officers where they run them, pages them, and where even if they get safe, where then club then identify them, say this now this now Mighty Blackpool, this now with PRO. You understand? Because there are certain things them where this club we make up a club, we not get them. So you check. There are so many issues before you come to. So you see, this waiting first we need for do. Where the SLFA need for do if we not if they not get a right the structures, because if they not get structure, talking about the player salaries, you understand, medically how best we then get the medical condition, how best then for treat them, you understand, then family wise give them professional contracts. So in terms of we then get this, if they go for international assignments or then play for Lyon Star or then parent club, anything happen to them, waiting are the necessary things this club then go do for make we not get such thing for happen again. So it's sad when now then person go dollar player go dollar lost in life. Now the 10 people in the beginning come say now so and so for yesterday I be doing at the SLFA for me. I see where people then go for go protest against SLFA. So this issue was from Thomas Daddy Brahma in regime. And for me, I believe this current president who we don't get win BBD, they don't say we get his structures foresee our best. But me, I just dey watch in what way be don't say. If he wait be don't tell we if he dey work on them. But for me, it's so devastating. Follow the lost player and the welfare of these players they're not be taken into consideration and they're not able to take them serious.
Absolutely. You know, we they come look at who is responsible. So we they start out with the players them, yeah. These players, they're waiting then self they do in order for ensure say then safety na priority. Yes, they get passion of the game. Yes, they love the game, but then get a body like a union or something wherein then go work together, sit together in order for protect themselves. Is that available? I may will look at in the area of the players. One in terms of injury, most of the time other player they eat in company can lead to injury. Another thing is that when they sign this contract, then they look out for themselves in terms of that. Adeshilo, I go back to you. Sign these players, make we give them self-response, may we hold them self-accountable, because at the end of the day, now then therefore go to the extent of death, or maybe some of them then career go end in because of injury and other stuff then. But looking at the players, what do you think say then self for do in order for ensure their own safety?
So we get this like they say the structures in the law with the referees association. I make with this league the ones that we see all of the referees them be get a training session for where the league one starts. You get some kind of contact with players they make where the referee they stop the game.
Yeah.
And waiting the supporter, waiting they pay me most. It's not like the Sierra Leone Football Association, they need for conduct, if not refresher training or sensitization to these supporters them. Because the supporter then can feel and say, now we no killer. You understand? You don't say so.
I know, but you know go stop that. Yeah. That is the passion and the emotional side of football. The thing there is the law. They can get laws for supporters, they know for its players and all that in them. But continue.
But the point I'm making is, Nene, these supporters therefore no say the players themselves then get rights and responsibilities. Yeah. So if the referee stop the game for a particular event or a particular far away enough for commit, you understand? First, you see FIFA and CAF, they don't tell you say any way players they go up body from the head, how the player fall, the referee no matter what, if they go score whatsoever, how many minutes, the referee for call the game to order. And the players themselves then get a right and they get responsibility. You get some kind of foul then they where you they play. Now you they see the English Premier League, they stop that players it's either the banner or the final. So this not going to be a different. This now a league where they play standard league. So we need to replicate such now we league, because if we not begin take them decision, then you watch say that kind of the match where they play.
Yes.
What was the decision taken by that particular player? Nothing. So it goes scot free. And there was so many. You watch Ibrahim Elenke for Eastern Tiger when I be the media where he get he gets that kind injured in foot broke. You understand? What was the decision? Was he fined? Waiting at the decision will be taken against that player day. So until we begin get that kind of decision then day, you understand? Then players then begin all up for their responsibility. Say football not to do and die. Despite when they go it's a contest, you understand? But you get for know how you play. You understand? A physical game, but in as much as that you get responsibility, but not go there up is any foot. That means you get another motive, you get another agenda. Now for play the game, not for Carlos and other life. So the players, they have responsibility. And so the Sierra Leone football and the referees committee also, they don't get a training. You need for your best you can protect the players. You get some contacts with some players that they make. You understand? You need for call the game and one and after that, even if you get a red card, even the technical or the disciplinary team, they need for say this player. We don't begin seeing now some referees them some decision where they take that they put them down. So that should be replicated also to the player. Say this foul will be played, this challenge will you be make, but this will they fine you 1 million or 300,000 leons, we ban you for the rest of the season or ban you for the first season. I think if these steps they don't begin take, then say them go say yes. We self as a player we get responsibility and we get rights for our best. We can be careful where we go physically with company players then.
All right, Abdullah, looking at the same matter here, the players, their responsibility, Adeshilo don't make a very valid point them as well. So what's your own take on that?
Thank you very much again, Nene. The players, they have a responsibility to carry themselves well. This part of the world, the reason why for me, I think say even the players they get more responsibility than even the clubs and maybe the national team. Now the fact that we not get a lot of opportunities, then we not get the structures in place like we Shilon mentioned. You get other countries them where you play the top league, for example, they get clubhouse. The other day I was there telling you about clubs that we not get clubhouse for even house them players them, and then I concern. People don't understand this, but you just see Ronaldo them, Salah's them. When they did the season day, most of them, unless we don't want big players now, but majority of the time, if they get a fixture ahead, then they did 3 days together. Now that clubhouse day, you know, there now you get nutritionist, you get physio people, you get a lot of other people involved in this medical area where they watch everything about you, the player. So now, if this part of the world we're not having that kind of facility, it is upon you, the player, like we Shilon mentioned. It is upon you, the player, not only before you go for game, even when you play. Like we mentioned, so you know, say this tackle, if I'm going to whether I mean damage or this other person will damage them to the point where, you know, maybe it's not coming back. The thing like that, now the hit waking they on, most times, even when I think say Shilon, man, one or two we watch Leo start again, you the kind of see the kind of intensity, now like when I come back to say, if this person is crap, now me they play the next game. Yes, it is. Shilon was like, yeah. Now the situation I know they get, now the situation they get most times.
Okay.
So even this issue of Bue, now a friendly match between the national team Leon Stars and that of Mighty Blackpool.
Exactly.
So the intensity of that game, if you buy like way, they say we go play now outside. When then game then for the coach just look at information, look at how the players then they play with whatever system you have to play with, and a host of other things. But salary, as I tell you, it then they make you look like say this other players if they play for Lions, it is this if I can't play against national team, maybe I score 2 or 3 if you're an attacker, maybe they will call me. If not defender, I go say, okay, if I can't boss 2-8, I scrapped. This is not fun. I'm saying this to you clearly.
Wow.
I come into the details more for even this.
Okay.
But that's the perception. I don't say I don't play the game, I don't follow the game for a very long time. And Shilon did that. Now that I remind you, so my loss if you didn't left back, Sebo, now me they play left back. This was scrap up at this game here. There's a tendency for let them call me.
Why then for the think so as
Well,
a player?
that's the emotion.
And I'm not even cut you. And I'm not even cut you out, Seth. You get some player, the mini league them where they play because to them can get themselves majority, they can keep themselves time. You know, say this low say for instance Maradona where they play for lower left. You know, say he get injury in right knee. You go say this way they play today. Now now for go massive.
Sure.
You understand? It's crazy. So you have this responsibility. For me, I can be. For me, some of guys are not to the all over.
If I
Exceptionally.
Shilon, if I this program, if you say we want for even discuss this, I'll tell you, you make up to 5 or 6 programs for this conversation.
Exactly.
Now let's come back to the player.
To
So the player now, if me they play for Lions, I play for FC Calon or Star Sports Academy or whichever club, like I said, now why they get responsibility? Now the club will provide these facilities for you. So what you need for do now you for take care of yourself. After training, make sure so you get proper rest, eat good food. But like I say again, how can this player know in Shilon waiting for it when there is no nutritionist? Not something of a 4 years. There should be somebody who tell you say because everybody get body pattern. Some people they eat cake today, then they get their weight go add. Some people they eat other food them, they affect even them bones them. So you get people in an nutrition who tell you say, feel out when you play this game, avoid egg, avoid this, avoid Andy. But you know again the situation, the financial situation, the area. These boys after training, pass them for go buy rice, 15,000, or buy bean salad, or buy things that way even they against anybody. I don't see this couple of times. They buy them Irish potato salad, buy them food that way you know say they're not to go with sports. Don't make this clear. You get food that way they go with sports. You get food that way any sports individual need for let it grow. So now if this one will not come out play, it don't come out train. Some from their training they go do business. From their training some they go school. From their training some they go do whatever they get for go do. So now make I say it is upon you now because when you don't come out from the club, this drug issue will come this BATM. The other day I was speaking with the director of drug this agency now this country. So we had a conversation. I was like, I think so we need to do a campaign whereas we will write a letter to some of these Premier League clubs. We get this talk about the education. We educate them on the dangers of these drugs where they take. Let them avert from this, and then go see the benefit of. So I think so. It's something we are working on, but like we say no more, the player gets responsibility because you spend more time to yourself rather than the club.
Yes.
There are a situation where they happen now. Now few clubs they get game, then put them players in a hotel. I will tell you this for free. I don't see clubs where they play in the CLO Premier League. If they say them they play in a parade, now parade the player and go get that. By maybe 12 o'clock or maybe 11 o'clock. Now, imagine, now Paris and they play. Now then go get her back. Now then they dress. I don't go to games them way. Seems they prepare for go play game Shilon. Now ginger beer and other things they were very harmful. So somebody way they go do sports activity at that moment, they give them. So you see some of certain dangers that they come out. So it's about you the player as well. Now you just need for say I need for carry myself well. Even if people are not tell you, now we get smartphone, go on social media, waiting on lose and waiting these days here. Try to do proper research about you yourself because you yourself very important.
Yeah.
You know, now therefore I understand that the country we did, people not give so much focus and attention, the sooner we get injury. So the mere fact I don't get under at the back of my mind, it means they are challenged the one they put me on pan. Now when you talk about the boy when I don't go now, what about Lampard, Mahmoud Fona?
Yeah.
He had an issue with the national team. If he just get for take that and the unfortunate Leo Stars big game. So during that 2-leg period, somebody bring that chocolate up within the team, say okay, anybody can contribute whatever he gets from Mahmoud Fona, let me go treat him. So some players volunteered, some give $50, some give $100, some even give more. But I'll tell you, the expectation from even Ian Parents Club, it's nothing to write home about. Wow. A host of other things then they will talk about. We're so sad in the game. But like we say, then get a responsibility for take care of themselves. The other day, we be the blast them. Myself, Shilon, other colleagues from other media houses them. Then while I like mini league football, I like this inter-area. But it will surprise you, Nene, that most of these boys, I tell you this clear one now that then they get more care from even their community leagues that they go play compared to the clubs them when they play for in the Lyon Premier League. This year, this is not. It's about. Now, something I'm very sure about. That so I don't see the manifestation of them. For example, the Ganzo, this Bulgarian issue. I don't want to make names no more too much now. So there are people who take care of everybody more than even the Sierra Leone Association. Then, because of course will get new dispensation in the person of Babali Kamara as the president, and you get how they call a mighty Blackpool as a football club. People in a way contribute more to everybody in life compared to them to themselves. We one national team had over injury. Secondly, Blackpool that body go look game even when he get this injury. When he talk, Nane can talk say. Like we say, we'll get to who is responsible, whatever. But for now, I think say this is just an advice to them who day to sports. Please be mindful of what you eat. Try for get guide from medical practitioners for them guide you on what you eat, and try for rest a lot. Because if you not rest, the training you're doing in the morning and evening, it means nothing if you not rest. It just about you to go harm the body back. Because when you don't train though, you get the right food, you take you rest a bit, then you can go ahead. So it's upon them now. They don't see more than 10 situations with athletes and footballers, you know, we don't happen and we see how they lost their life. So it is upon them now where they listen, or people who don't born picking away into sports, where they follow this media, for make sure so they give them the right advices, then they tell them on waiting for do, waiting not for do, waiting for stay out off from, and how they for conduct themselves.
Absolutely. We they also for all the give out responsibility and you know all people that are accountable at the same time. You may talk about resting. You know, a lot of time fans they even don't they complain, then the players themselves they complain. Say, you know, players and they rest. Maybe some after them they don't play matches though. You go see them in the next evening in a club they party and they do all that thing. Some get for go out for go fair money. Some of them after they don't play the major team games, then go back for go play community games. So how is this resting? This area of you know them player I know they rest. They affect the player. They chill on and they go eat.
I think we as a country we poor.
Yeah.
We very poor. Now that I can tell you. But don't some man be guy back. Because it goes two ways. That's the reality I tell you. If you go train, the sad reality, let's say some of them, they give them player money for go transport. And after that, you get for go eat. You understand? You get match where you for play the Premier League where you for play the next 1 week. Then you get mini leagues them where you for play inside 2 days. So if you don't go play na Potafa, then you get for go play na Eastern Approved School. If you play today, you get you know say they catch like Kafila they say that they big money. You go get 600.
So they don't have me cocaine.
That's the bitter truth. Now truth say we day. You understand? So you get for go na Approved School for go get that money they day. Look when you look at something get picking. Yeah. You get for pay lights be at the end of the year. You get for pay house rent. The way you check, if you look in salary, I can tell you say majority of Sierra Leone players them sometimes the list way apart from Bow Rangers or East Elias, even in they including the list player, they not go pay them past 2 million or low say 2 million. Exceptional for them.
They never let that out to the public.
For me, that's the problem. I ask this question over here. I say why make una not the players them the contract only let out. So the reason why they tell me say because if you tell the player I must be the player they carry responsibility and they carry request we go collect more for me family, for me friends. You know, this part of Africa, it's different. But when you watch us psychologically, it's true.
Yeah.
Because if you don't, they don't tell me say they pay me 7 million euros.
Yeah.
And they play for Mighty Blackpool. Oh, the one within a village chef. You understand? But Ronaldo, say in people, imagine how many people. If you ask Ronaldo, you know, say in salary everybody when you need this that their salary it is. But if you know say that they pay me 7 million, and then you know the rest too, because before the 15 money done, where did they tell you for? So there are a lot of challenges them where they come. But in as much as that, I think structured for the where all of them players them salary for the na SLFA say this player na so amount with they pay, this na so with they pay. If we don't get that thing then they combine, I think it will be fine. But for instance,
very important. Quickly, Shilon, where they mentioned about the players, them salary and everything. Yeah. It's something that is very much key. That that one word they can use Shilon undisclosed. It is very sad. You ask them, no, now undisclosed, But I'll tell you, then things are most of the time. Now they call Diana, they call Shilon. They see me. I'm like speaking my truth whenever I'm here. Yeah. There are clubs them when they pay players up to 6 months, 7 months. When they call them out for almost, they will give them 1,000 in the new loans, 1 million in the old loans. Then that backlog all. It's when some of the players now, if the player they talk now, you get all that coaches they will say this will not use it again because Naiwangi
so
says.
So that is the players they not today your responsibility like for come together and decide say this maybe just unjust instead of that way you ask the player I don't do interview with player they behind camera they tell you say well you want me then can sack me or something.
So the debate at truth we pull.
Yeah,
we need for market this league. That's the honest truth. Now, what we say, if we take on this club, now make people let me they say we not for need forget 18 Premier League clubs where they play with elite league. Why? Because they're not get the structures. Sure. They not get waiting where the Premier League where they say this now a Premier League club where they play the elite league. These 18 clubs they not get. You understand? If they talk about boss, you get some players them they way the same way they get game football first get game majority they go there on top bike in the run. If you're on the way now they talk about player welfare. Motukaka and Bangam what you go say the responsibilities of the club. Yeah. So all of those things we pull. We will see 2018 Emmanuel Safar Abdullahi in league. Yeah. We they see where the league them flop, the clubs them they get funds and even that they will pay. If you get a league now, I mean sorry you get a club. If you know if supporter you go SLFA Academy, how many people they get turn out? And mind you, the gate proceedings even at England now from there that they will pay salaries to the players and give them good then conditions them where we they talk for. So now make us say when it comes to Sierra Leone, we pull. It's our time for to get the structure to see how best we can market the game. If we not market the game and take into the community, this conversation we get for the get and also say for me there is like the teams them or the club owners, no one do them. You understand? But now they then pull. The country of himself, you understand, for the resources. Now they say talking one box, but in hand short. But again, that did not forgive be an excuse for you understand for the players them let them get them good, let them get their welfare condition they in shape. You understand the structures they have the responsibility. All of these things so if you know say certain these clubs they not meet the criteria for be a Premier League clubs. You understand? No, we get 10. If now 5 we get a 5 Premier League club. So we get people them. We want come. We get money. We want get a Premier League clubs them. So you give them the chance. Not to the one day wait for pay player 2 months or sign able. You understand? Even forget boss we play again give me the big one skelter away for don't day 2 days or 1 day ahead of game. So there is that. We pull. Just to add some amount of
weight to what Shilon is saying. Imagine just when we get this new dispensation, now they'll pay the club will win the league. Not so even this year we don't know who else will win the league. That period of Bull Rangers, just this particular period, I didn't pay them. So these are some of the things where they show you how. Like what they say, with the structures and all the now and then, me brother the other way, he most likely follow football. He attest with you now so. All the clubs that also then get structure at Sierra Leone, they always don't win the league 1 term or 2 term. Now, take for example Diamond Stars. There was a time when this Octane mining company operates day because of the look at the CSR, the corporate social responsibility for help. Then they give their support to Diamond Stars. They win the Leroy Premier League twice, and they were with some of the best players in the country. Now, after that sponsorship, they go off. Then they even struggle now for even relegate. Then I just don't give one. It comes to Bull Rangers. Bull Rangers, we always, how can you call them? Then team on a beatbox before this time. But when people come on board, we get the mentality, we get the idea. We say we want to invest in the game. Rangers win the Sierra Leone Premier League twice. Right. They win FA Cup. They go play Confederation. So you see the importance of the structure. We move away from Nande game. Yeah, you can't to Eastern Lions. You get people like Junior Navu, most of all, Alaman about the owner supporters them off. So I don't see the clubs that we get structure. Now look at Star Sports Academy. Look at Banter Football Club. A club only exists for even 10 years yet. Yeah. Now get structures more than Mighty Blackpool exists for more than 30 years. This is just a fact. Whatever we're saying here is just a fact. Yes. You get clubs that don't exist for more than 30 or 20 years. You get clubs that just come at the line within 5 years. They've shown other respective clubs then how it should be done. It's sad that, like I said, we just get out the new dispensation, maybe for arrange all of them things here. I remember when we can even get a game, the national team. If you go, there should be a website where you go for data for the players them. Hey, this Nene is playing for this, but you're not available again at the website. But most times, you for example, even as media person, perhaps you go for the colleagues them, or you go begin to play. So until you just say for Sidon Asu, go to the net and say, okay, Alassane Genji, this Genji, I don't talk about program. We know the player who get injured in Manchester United. She not can confirm that. Yeah, I know the player who get injured in Liverpool. Yeah, because it is no secret. Not to something they say, but it's a secret society business. Sport now something forget that when that's where they are hiding anyway. A lot of the time, that's where people are. This mismanagement they come. Now make you see all of them they cover them because they know see this one they open that veil they it will expose a whole lot of things that people going to see. Hey, so now so this thing be they happen. Now so this thing be they happen. So but not only now for the players, the welfare of people in sports in general is so bad. Now quite recently I remember the last time Shilon when they go to a hotel, imagine other clubs can get standard hotel. It was when Kai Kamara go live and make a video say, but look the kind of bed where me you can sleep at. Even me own picking and way like me born, not the sleeper and kind bed there. Then they bring a whole lot of issues within the Sierra football family. Hey, enough for do so, enough for this. But at the end of the day, it happen. That particular client on call day, we see say they act on them. They begin go get better hotel or whatever now. So now, what if we also tell their clubs how they say, well, look at the entire man. You see, entire for example, everybody they buy that club jersey. Yeah. So my concern is, if as an individual you don't have the resources to run the club, make sure so you involve companies them. That's if they give you a fact. We know the certain grafting they do.
I think
look at grafting and other companies
this topic we need to spend more time for can discuss. Our OG day for us. Make we go for quick commercial break. Break where we come back, we go continue. I family members saying at Truth Sports, you they listen and watch on 103.9 and also you they watch we on Facebook and YouTube on Truth Media. Today we look at the welfare of players. They talk about who is really responsible, whether the team or so. We don't talk a lot about the players' responsibility, and because of the time, I think this we get for continue this discussion in another show and try for talk more about maybe the teams, the FA, the NSA and all that in there. What are the structures in place for make sure say this player then safe, these games they run well, and we all enjoy the beautiful game where we all love. Will they come back after this break here?
Now you go able to talk go. All money don't come with Soba Kaiba. All ready for me. Soba Kaiba Bodu don't boss. Now you go able to talk Boku for small couple and still win Boku in them. Subscribe to the Soba Kaiba Bodu now. Just dial *500# for subscribe. Choose your bundle and talk Boku for small money. Yes, these are the cheapest voice bundle na salon today. The more you subscribe, the more chance you get for win. Brown new keke them, motorbike, generator, and solar light. Dial *500# and start for win.
Are you tired of missing all your online meetings due to unreliable internet? Or are you paying too much for your internet and experiencing low speeds or even struggling with connectivity during video calls, streaming your favorite football match or show? WorldLink Communications Sierra Leone Limited authorized reseller of Starlink in Sierra Leone, is here for your businesses and enterprises with super fast, unbeatable, and affordable speeds here to cater to your needs. At WorldLink, we provide local support anytime, any day. To know more about our services, visit us at our office at 115 Beach Road, Lumley, or contact us on 080 000 111 or 075 000 111 or on our website at sl.wlnet.com. WorldLink Communications, empowering connectivity in Sierra Leone.
Feliz Navidad. Feliz Navidad. Feliz Navidad.
Aisatu, you know say this Christmas celebration I get for sweets, eh? Lifan gets one big surprise for all the loyal customers them.
Wait, not to that Lifan Christmas bonanza where they see all over the place you they talk about. I see them say when you buy any Lifan Okada for just 18,500 new leons, or them Lifan tricycle na any brand from Freetown to Kenema or Makeni, you they get one free raffle ticket for the grand row we go happen live inside January.
Yes, so one bike equals to one ticket. The more you buy, the more tickets and chance you they get for win.
And the price them where I see them sweet so you can win 5 brand new Lifan Okada, 10 higher TVs, 10 Kovacs generators, 10 higher refrigerators, and 10 higher freezers.
A total of 45 lucky winners go win across the 3 branches. So make sure say you not left out at this promotion, Yaso.
Go now, na the nearest Lifan branch na either Freetown at 24 Main Motor Road, Congo Cross, or Kenema na 65 Hanga Road, or Makeni na 24 Lontaro, or call the number 077 360 000 for buy you brand new Lifan motorbike for just 18,500 new leons, or you find Lifan tricycle and get ready for celebrate big this Christmas season.
Lifan Christmas Bonanza. Buy, win, and celebrate!
Welcome back. This is not Truth Spot on Truth FM 103.9, Truth Media on Facebook and on YouTube, in case you just join me. Today we dey look at, the players, them welfare, who is responsible for player the welfare and waiting them player so self can do. The topic so interesting that we only don't focus on the players, that we not talk about the teams, their responsibility, we never talk about the FA responsibility and other people that we responsible. Even we the fans then, the journalists, the media, everybody responsibility, because we all they follow the game, we all they love the game. This game here so they give you as sport journalists then content and other things. Then this FA also this is their job for make sure say this game then turn out where people they enjoy the game, fans them this na part of and these games, these players, and then they part of with joy. You see fans and can post say me mental health depend on 11 men in the pitch, so we all get responsibility for protect and push the game where we so love. I get with me Abdullah Fila content at the studio, and I also get with me Joseph Adeshilo on Mansare, and we don't talk a lot about things, players they rest, players the way that they fight each other on the cover just so that they will get a starting position. We they can continue on that aspect there as well. Welcome back, guys. Off camera we talked just about these players the way then they do, like I don't know whether na by its game or they bad themselves inside the old dressing room where one person want speak off, the other one then go make a ball, can fight against. I mean, football na a team game. We all can agree say it takes 11 men to win a match. So if these 11 men they're not there together already bad at themselves, it means say the club get work for do, themselves get work for do, and at the end of the day we see say the team then go struggle, or individually players then go struggle. They like today of recent we lost a very good midfielder Nasalone, a national icon. He don't go today because of injury, also sustained injury in a pitch where they play Leon Stars versus Mighty Blackpool. And the funniest thing is a Mighty Blackpool na own self club, and because in follow player and calling at the team eat some, and because of that he get an head injury way don't lead to in death. Like I said, welcome back. I go with you, Abdullah Fila. The issue of players they afraid for speak up because of the young company players and go turn against them back. What do you think about that?
I think it's very sad. and I feel like say we should move from that level to another, in the sense that people have to know that this game when they play, themselves, not only the management they contribute to them, themselves they contribute in very, very huge way to the country, economically. Remember when Sierra Leone went to the AFCON? Now Salon didn't be called. Most of the players there enjoy the name, but now we get the glory. We'll be there with the Nakpot cover, we'll be there the praying at church, this the going to mosques, the other way part tradition, business in medicine, man, they all not be the doing. This now for just show you how important the sport is. Now to the respective young one into their various sports here now, the need for be aware. See, we've seen situation of this a couple of times where one or two of a company will get injury, then they'll not take care of them. So they have to let that be in their mind that if Europe, imagine Europe wouldn't get all the facilities then they struggle with health or injury crisis. Not to salary many times the doctors them with the medics they go now then the various field there now only ice block then they go with and deep it. Yeah. Beyond that, they're not able to get any idea of other things then. So that's why we're always when people say, well, let the medic team, they can just say that just doctor. In that medic team, they comprise a whole lot of other people, neurologists, physio people, with the church bone, then outside. There's something here, and a host of other things them. So then get a responsibility for take care of themselves, then get for take care as well of their colleagues them. Because we've seen a couple of times, I will name now like the program notes, I will name past 20 players. Where they said they all sabi them, we get injury during them playing this, we deal like today, they are not playing again. So that's for them to their sports as you know how to get that kind situation. Yes. So it's only on football, it's all the swimmers them. They handle it to athletes, where they want short distance, long distance, boxers them. I remember the one time we get one guy where they do boxing, and seeing for sport general we watch out. That man they go represent our Wiba competition. It's funny now because the situation go. Then bang that one there the shilon. The guy's not even concentrating again. In anything they do, it's kind of abnormal now. Yeah. Imagine just a boxing competition. Then it's done. We encounter this country from there, nobody not check on it again. It could just work out getting big. Then we get people who don't play for this country, and Shilon and Nene. We don't wear salon jazzy. If you go to Parade now, most of them are there begging people for something to eat. The names we go name them, but we will continue for name them. But like I said, we go find time for that. But we want to admonish everybody now into sport for make sure they take care of themselves, they eat well. Because another thing, if you rest well, you bones then they be very strong. But if you know they rest, a lot of things that you get a lot of deficiency in you, and then we are not to all get this intelligence, not only now book talent ball talent they get. Most of them even go after school. So that's the struggle. The question on the structures. That's the struggle, and we need for the find time, their education session, then clubs them. Let them defend people know about the game, for talk to them about their on a daily basis on things for it, things we know for it, how for carry themselves, how for be a superstar, how for them. I think so that they will help them. But again, the poverty is striking very, very hard. Imagine a player will play a game, Premier League game. All entities will get evidence for them. Now Angola town. After the game, then they give them 30,000. Wow. The 10 million first, now they count you now. 10 or 15 million they count you lonely. If you do St. John, that means that transport and John give for pay can I use. What of you get paid during that period? And then if they go play the inter-area now, and they go play for the Mamikoka, as we can see them, the list when they can give some of them are 200,000 per transport. So you see the struggle, eh? So now, but we thank God that you get clubs them. Why not them for limited them players and not because then they pay them. Now them in the so they play so. Rangers, for example, you will not see Rangers players playing it again. Because one, they get structures, they don't tell us, okay, we pay now on a monthly basis. We are taking care of you guys. So we know for sooner for play mini league. The players are avoid. You get clubs like Star Sports Academy. So I mentioned in himself, a lot of people be determined and know say it can be done with the right structure. You go to Star Sports Academy, they see them players them. Right now the league don't begin soon. They play any other mini leagues. The sooner they catch you Parande, you are done for that season. No matter if you fly the ball, you get Banter Football Club. So you see, then clubs already mentioned so there are structures. But some of the other clubs here, why then they don't for like cop the players? Why the players don't even listen to them? Because if you can't tell me say, "Let me go play mini league," then mini league they can't put before me 10 million. Say one for sign you, and the moment they check now their mind say sometimes there are 4 or 5 games I go play for this 10 million. Then it go. Because once if una dey pay 1 million, una dey agree say as a club una dey pay 1,000 per the month. Then una not pay money for 6 months. Then it can't get some money get 8 or 10,000 for 5 or 6 games. Let's be very honest now.
They go.
So, but we want to let also know, see, then get a responsibility.
Yeah, as a player.
The reason the football is art, they need to maintain. Why? Because we get other players who don't succeed by discipline themselves. Yes, the structures are not there.
The game is all about discipline.
So we have Juma playing in one of the best leagues across the world. You get Emmanuel Samadia and ISF begin, but because it be discipline, it is American now. You get Alpha Kabia. Now, then them say they mention that Salia they all come on, but because they discipline themselves, because they say no, certain like you say, certain clubs are not for goodie. No, this particular tier are not for Duam. So then, and me, I don't see the results. All the one we really focus in football. Nene, I swear to anything to this studio, they succeeded in it. Because why? The good number of them, then they train or they take care of themselves. So if you are somebody to take care of yourself, you don't get time for Excel quick. Yes, and Salon is very short for let happen for national team. Now for let's pack now up at the league.
Yeah.
When you go to other countries, when they say professional they come, then they begin conference from 80, 100 professional they play various leagues. But Salon, we not get it. So that makes even the young boys they get an opportunity for the day with the national team. Most times we see 5 or 6 of them because they carry themselves well. People like Abu Dumbuya Diaby, we all know he not coming from that background, but he was disciplined. A lot of them were disciplined, the question on the sea, able for make and to the next phase. So I also a lot of them this video and this program they go far and wide. They need to understand people they manage themselves, even the managers they now, they're getting responsibility for talk to this young boys to say, okay, we know say the club they pay you, but this is for you. Now we don't get the good thing is about this is that we don't get many scouts now coming into the country, and so who knows? You can just be fortunate for a day. Now Zozi they know they are winner Ali Conte will be the bad goal. So you see, there are names where we can mention where because of the discipline themselves they don't succeed. So I think say Shilom maybe get some people
Shilom
before we go to who's responsible.
Before we go to the time I know, but we they go more they go to the facts about players themselves, forming cabal against each other, whether they play together na the team for make sure say they get another player out of the team so that they go get a spotlight.
I think it's bad for me. And looking at the question where you ask Fila, you understand? And Salon, we not get that kind of culture where we truthful to ourselves. Sure. We hypocrite.
Bad.
So for instance, if I don't like Nene, I say Nene, I don't like you. If I don't like Fila, I say I don't like you. But Salon, I don't go mind watching your face. Yeah. Tell you say I don't like you. You understand? Yeah. Or you watching the particular player say this you na 15 minutes player. Some coaches them not get my watch them player and them face tell them say you na 15 minutes players. You understand? Which is bad. Even if player raise their voice, now make if you see certain people, one person want come up, you say, but no, we welfare condition, not good for nothing good for talk about. You understand? If you want to talk, everybody they gang up against her, which is bad. And hypocrite as a nation with the poorly. So nothing bad if me want raise my voice for talk say, but we salary they pay we is small. Yeah, you understand? On behalf of the players. But the in way go and talk for the benefit of everybody go gang up against her. Yeah. You understand? At the end of the day, but come on, now you want to pay, so go so bad. You understand? Which is bad. So, and come to competition. Even if you broke person in foot, not only go make say that they pay you, or not only go say that they pick you for let you go play.
Exactly.
You understand? So one thing when they cross my mind is it that the union of the Sierra Leone Premier League, because we get union for that, and also the Sierra Leone football the referees association, what in we don't do, we get these issues over and over. For me, with man. Anything way bad happen now from day to the land say okay we don't have this issue, so when will they come up to this new league? You understand? The kind contact where players forget, you understand? What are the laws? You understand? What are the consequences if player the kind challenge where they go challenge these players so up the years? Wait to forget is it that the fine will forget? You understand? Is it that we for fine 300,000, 1 million, or ban for 1 year, or we ban for the first round of the Premier League or the second? You take all of these preventive measures for making not occur again. But I don't want to see them from where last season they done up to this season. We they get challenges them where they happen from where this league don't start. I don't want to see them say. All what the ref can do is give yellow card. As they don't give yellow card, if they don't break the foot down.
They don't even they make use of the red card. I'm not even afraid to them.
No, card is not enough.
Yeah, but it shows say okay, the player will get on my mind say this way where I don't play this stuff here, so they don't sub me out of the game. Next game, in coach go tell and say, you get for be careful.
And again, this part of the world where I say we support her, then waiting and need for us to stand. We get this, the referee themselves. If they give some player, red card not so taboo. We get some waiting they play 10 against 9, 11 against 11. We person play foul. If that referee they pull red card again, the other supporter you see they don't drive her. They don't give her money. If it's a foul, it's a foul. Yeah. For God's sake, you know the one broke pot. The mere fact you have the intention. Now the intention, they give you red card for that. You understand? So you go to take, but if you not give you just give them a look at red card, and after that, English Premier League, even if they give you a bad games, when they review this game, they say no, this we for need for Barnum or we need for CR best we can get more waiting safe. So next time you go no say wait inside the field, you get responsibility for play and also for protect your opponent. So all of these things, the referee committee for need for CR best and can get a cause look at to this, say some kind physical contact where some players they go. It's not only liable no more to yellow card or red card. You understand there are other condition responsibility or waiting safe way for go against.
Sure, what's important? I think say a very important. You make that mention. I think you know they say that Lakam. Remember the situation of Luis Suarez.
Yeah.
He bites this person, then puts him off the game for 3 or 6 months. Now Shilon talk about so now. So you get other tackles them. I know fly bars. Ace me I can't pass this man. The red card not enough. We go say a day or 2 per game. So the association or the referees for come back with another decision. Say that part you get a card for him, but this was deliberate. You're going for a month. You need to play them games here. Remember even the situation of Ronaldo quite recently when they get a card just because the way he behave, you know, then banner until you get. If you say okay now, you come to the court of arbitration and look at issues for teach you mildly and issue and for mentions so it's very important.
If we don't get these things they happen, I think the disciplinary committee they look into, they review these issues from them players them. You get some kind intentional foul where the player them want to do. You understand after I get card after that they get fine where they go with this, then go no say yes it's our time this na a well structured league where they play and for any kind of challenge where I go there is a consequences. I think that they begin taking time. You understand? Because now young player for God's sake, the ball day now gone. Even if the ball day, you go see 50-50 challenge for God's sake. You know, say this I don't need for put me in, or I don't need for send me foot. You understand? If you send you foot, you know they say if they give red card. Some player they can do and deliberately because they know say this na red card ball and now they go. And even some of the coaches them the technical team they can tell them say you know last man always not allowed player stuff. If you're able for broken foot, get a red card. So you see, so even you get a yellow card or red card, but if we don't get this fine, even if they give that player the red card. Then banner for the rest of the season. If in coach tell us say play foul, broke person in foot, we see the player. If he not go stop out physically, you understand, or that kind of touch where you know say he not go get cause no harm to the player, he will not do that. So it's hard time for the referee association. They need to engage together with the SLFA and the other bodies them for see how best they can minimize
time. This few minutes, I'll make we give our solutions.
Yeah, well, okay. Or use responsible for other programs to manage.
For other programs, exactly. We don't give players then the responsibility today. We don't talk a lot about the players they're waiting for. Though I think in other program we go talk about maybe the teams they own part with and they play in all of this. And so we'll give our solution now, like waiting. The need for doing in order for adjust all lengths in there.
Look, thankfully, I want to say, thankfully now we have a new dispensation where somehow they show some amount of being a responsible dispensation, and we hope that whatever we're discussing, whatever we put to the table to say, let me discuss this, then we take it very serious. So like what you're saying now, waiting at the solution. The FA gets a principal role for play along with the Ministry of Sports and the National Sports Authority, NSA. How? By letting, maybe call them clubs here to a meeting, give them their rules here. We want every club where they come for play the Premier League, we want to see 3 or 2 doctors from Una. We get qualified people anyways. Then they put that, they set down their side. We get these people, let them get them, let them try to get them on the right structures. The FA will make sure they get the right structures. If they not get, okay, then go see who they can come about. If the FA feels okay, then to see how the play, not get them, they can provide 1 or 2 people for them games and for look at them. So it's not only about the injury now. There are situations as well where this match fixing scandal around Christian, host of other players them. You know, that's another welfare issue. People just look at them about these bars, kick. But imagine if somebody come meet you saying, "No, don't go sell this game." Without any proof, without anything, we automatically just ban you from the game. Some people, that particular thing, they knock them off.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you know they play again. If you were like found guilty on something, now Salon could just say something and we left her. And this conversation is about the welfare. I think all of these issues need to be amended or looked into. We know for common on Shilon and say, but Shilon and go say Lagengi and Eastern Lions, we have no proof. Because when we make that statement and the fans then are Sierra Leone, they are like they are more than I can say emotional. So we expose the referees, we expose the players, we expose the whole lot of now the referees don't get any pass. Just because of this football, because somebody don't paint them, say they are like, you know, them biased, they don't this. So we are hoping, for me, I'm hoping that the NSA, the Ministry of Sports and the CL Association will go to a round table and get these things discussed and arrange and come to the public and say, okay, this now the point where we don't take now. Remember, at a point, Shillong, then they say, okay, coach, somebody will go, be the coach. Now, even the entire, then they tell you, forget a B license. Yeah. So you don't see this. These are all some of the structures we need to have in place if we want the game to succeed. And we try for guide the bubble them. If you want them to go train so, if one of the team will get the money, we'll buy them banana, then fruits them. Let them begin. Some man will buy that day because you don't give me 30,000 for transport, Shillong. I will pull buy 15,000 banana or pull buy 25,000 with apple. No. So, but one of the clubs, then please, when I move away from that jijabia, then you're making it, when I move away from them things, then because they harm the young boys, then when they go play game, you get things that we need to eat before game, you get things that we need to take before game. So, and I will speak again with my colleague, when Ibrahim, the director on NDLA. Let us try for Siabas that can help them clubs here in their area, and then they go to them outside and they train and talk to the young boys on waiting for stay off form. We could damage their career going forward.
Absolutely. Okay, Shilon.
So for me, the solution, one, it go to the players and follow their own obtain the responsibility, and to the Sierra Leone Referees Association. Follow these things, them follow, we minimize them because we know say football na a contact game, but we know the way to pass person broke person foot because you stop a game, you get some particular challenge or contacts, or you get some kind intentional foul way player they where some player they go against in company, you know, say yes, you need for stop the game, red card, and after that they should have a review committee. You understand, the red card is not enough. You understand, you get some challenge or tackle where that particular player they go against other players for go with either fine, either them ban them, or either the money then for say you need for pay again. If they do that next time, you know, say you get responsibility waiting at the pitch. And so the union clubs themselves, the clubs themselves, they get responsibilities. And to we the media house and to the club owners themselves, they need for CRBS they market the game. Because if we talk about player welfare, when they talk about salary, all depend on where people they can watch the games. For now, they pull for pay players, all of those things. But if the game need a flop, you understand, it will be very difficult. You understand. And for we league, for they get 18 teams where they play with elite league. That for me alone, it's disturbing. For me, I want to say people them we get money because football na money. Sure. You understand? No, that gets money, now forget club, or else we take back the clubs to the community. For me, one thing what they found out, I feel say where we don't get this calendar, if we don't stop all these community leagues because we don't get a full calendar for we Division 1, Division 2, and we Premier League. But still, as we don't get where the fixtures on the out, the calendar done the out, and the time we see all around now, we don't get different we don't get mini leagues. So if we get and when they see then go for the other mini leagues, them the turnout, if they get an 2% of them turnout, then we will talk different. So we say yes, we play they play at Premier League itself. At least you get bicycle where they go with, but it's so difficult. So for me, my advice is our time for the Sierra Leone Referees Association. Let them come together. Let them watch say enough no more for yellow card or red card, and to the Sierra Leone Football Association, to the union, the clubs themselves, then get responsibility for take care of them players on and off the pitch. So. Me go stop there. Then we have more.
Exactly. We're gonna spend more time and continue this discussion because it's really very interesting, and we actually give our people then their responsibility in as much as we call them in order, but we also want to provide solution to them as well. We wait till we sabi and they can go further and then add waiting then sabi in order for make sure say this game we love come out fine for we all continue for enjoy and help for promote the country as well. Sports Sierra Leoneans focus on sport a lot. You see different communities every day. People go out for go watch football. It shows that there is passion, there is love, and we want for people that they see a profession, a career into the game. So we all were involved in the game now. We all responsibility in order for make sure that these players the way they play the game then safe, and we take care of the welfare. And then players they are una way they play the game now, una get a bigger responsibility for make sure say una safe. That's how we go take lock this program for today. A lot of inputs that don't come in from me guests. I want to say plenty thank you to una for una contributions and plenty thank you to una we on the watch we out there make una contribution, and you know take the message, and also not therefore take the message out there to the players who know, the teams who know, and a lot of other people. They wanna continue for watch. Remember, I said Truth Sport they come to you tomorrow again. The same time 1 o'clock to 2 p.m. to 2 o'clock, and we get a lot of interesting things back for talk about. Continue for also watch Truth Media. So today, me and for Fana plenty. Thank you to my production team, my producer Andrew Stropelle, and other people there.